What is... Dax, are you?
Tracking all our cars on Carvana Value Tracker on all our devices? Yes, Kristen, yes I am.
Well, I've been looking for my phone for...
In Dax's domain, we see all. So we always know what our cars are worth.
All of them?
All of them. Value surge, trucks up 3.9%.
That's a great offer.
I know. Sell?
Sell.
Track your car's value with Carvana Value Tracker today.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
You got problems that you ought to be concerned with. Moolah. You don't know how you're supposed to earn it, or what to do with it, or how to keep it. You're a freak with a dark, shameful secret, but you're not the only one. Get your hidden financial fears with a blast of sun. Now your healing has begun. It's Bad with Money with Gabe S. Done.
Hello and welcome back to Bad with Money Bonus Bag. I'm here with our Tuesday interview, Scott Hodge. If you didn't listen to Tuesday, that's weird. Go and do that. We're back and Scott's going to answer your questions. But first, Scott, do you want to give a little bit of a reminder of who you are and what you do?
Yes, I'm president emeritus of the Tax Foundation. We're a research group in Washington, D.C. that analyzes the economics of tax policy to try to minimize the impact of taxes on both the economy and real taxpayers. And I'm also the author of the best-selling book, Taxocracy, What You Don't Know About Taxes and How They Rule Your Daily Life, which is available on Amazon. And it's a book about the unintended consequences of tax policy, how they impact our decision-making, our businesses, and the economy around us. But more importantly, what lessons we can learn from bad tax policy and apply that to fixing today's tax code.
So I guess these are supposed to be from my listeners, but my first question is, why in the U.S. do some places have a state income tax and some places just have federal taxes?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. You know, every state has developed its tax code over, in some cases, a few hundred years, and they've all chosen different ways of going about taxing people. I think that's one of the great things about our country, actually, is that because we have 50 different tax systems, yes, it's complicated. Yes, it can be confusing. But the great thing is it's a marketplace. It allows us to choose where we want to live if taxes are important to us. And that's why you see a lot of people move from New York to Florida, or from California to Las Vegas or Nevada, where they don't have an income tax. It's really important for states to compete against each other for who's going to have a tax system that's more attractive to individuals or businesses or hiring people, creating jobs. I think that's the wonder of our tax system, even though it can be very, very complicated to have 50 different systems.
Is the reason each state would do that would be to incentivize people to move there?
Well, yeah, a lot of states will design their tax code to make it very attractive to move a business there or to move there. That's why a lot of people are moving to Texas, for instance, which doesn't have a personal income tax, because of the advantages there. They want to live in a place that they don't have to pay income tax. They do have to pay other taxes, sales taxes, property taxes. And so generally, if you don't have one tax, you probably have another. I mean, there are three basic taxes. There's an income tax on the money that we earn. There's property taxes, on the things that we own.
Mhm.
And then there's sales taxes on the things we buy.
Mhm.
So if you don't have one of those, chances are you've got more of the other. And so there's always give and take in tax policy.
Your hair is so much more than what you see when you look in the mirror. From stress and nutrition to hormones to lifestyle, so many internal factors affect what you see on the outside. With Nutrafol's science-backed whole-body approach, nourish growth from within and achieve your best hair yet. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Physician-formulated with 100% drug-free ingredients, Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting key root causes of thinning: stress, hormones, aging, nutrition, lifestyle, and metabolism through whole-body health. While many supplements rely solely on ingredient studies, Nutrafol clinically tests final formulations to ensure their efficacy. In a clinical study, 72% of men saw more scalp coverage after taking Nutrafol Men Hair Growth Supplement for 6 months, and 86% of women saw improved hair growth after taking Nutrafol Women Hair Growth Supplement for 6 months. Building a hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription required. Automated deliveries and free shipping keep you on track. Plus, with a Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20%. You'll have access to free naturopathic doctor consults, and a Headspace meditation membership is included. Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code BWM. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code BWM. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code BWM. Have you or someone you know been a victim of identity theft, harassed, stalked, doxxed? Privacy matters, especially to someone like me who has a bit of a public persona, but it also matters to my listeners because this kind of thing can happen to anyone. Do you ever wonder how much of your personal data is out there on the internet for anyone to see? More than you think. Your name, your contact info, your social security number, your home address, even information about your family members, all compiled by data brokers and sold online. Data brokers make a profit off your data, and your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, harassment, and unwanted spam calls. But you can now protect your privacy with Delete Me. I share a lot of my life online, so I am hyper aware of my safety and security. It's easier than ever before to find personal information about people online, and all of this data is just hanging out on the web, but it can have actual consequences in the real world. I have used Delete Me. I had an instance where some stuff was going on Reddit. I don't want to draw more attention to it, but I used Delete Me because a friend of mine who's a sex worker actually told me about it. And it's something that a lot of women online use in order to keep their information safe from stalkers and harassers. The solution that we used is called Delete Me. It is a subscription service that removes your personal info from hundreds of data brokers. I have actually used this. I used this years ago, and so that's why I'm choosing to personally endorse it. If you sign up and provide Delete Me with exactly what information you want deleted, their experts take it from there. Delete Me sends you regular, personalized privacy reports showing what info they found, where they found it, and what they removed. Delete Me isn't just a one-time service. It is always working for you, constantly monitoring and removing the personal information you don't want on the internet. To put it simply, Delete Me does all the hard work of wiping you and your family's personal information from data broker websites. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me, now at a special discount for my listeners. Today, get 20% off your Delete Me plan by texting Bad Money to 64000. Text Bad Money to 64000. That's Bad Money, all one word, to 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. New Year's resolutions are so hard to follow. I argue that we should probably just make these resolutions at any other time during the year when it's less stressful and there's less pressure on them. But if you have a specific resolution that you want to stick to that you feel is like within your grasp, that isn't like so far-fetched, then I guess New Year's is as good a time as any to do it. especially with money, because that stuff is like, you just need a kickstart and it's really not that hard to do. It's really not so far off. If you have a big goal, only 8% of people stick to their resolutions all year long. But let's say there's a little goal that's a little more automatic, like Acorns. With Acorns, you can lock in years and years of healthy money habits in just 5 minutes. That's all the time it takes to open your account and start automatically saving and investing your money so it has a chance to grow. Automatically. That's key for one of those little resolutions. That's right. Today's episode is sponsored by Acorns. Acorns makes it easy to start automatically saving and investing so your money has a chance to grow for you, your kids, and your retirement. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that fits you and your money goals. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you invest with the spare money you've got right now. You can start with $5 or even just your spare change. You don't need a ton of time. You can create your Acorns account and start investing in just 5 minutes. You don't need to feel like financial wellness is impossible. Acorns gives you small, simple steps to get you and your money on track. Again, what a good time to go for a resolution that isn't like climb Mount Everest. You know what I mean? Basically, Acorns does the hard part so you can give your money a chance to grow. As far as personal experience, you guys know that I've been up and down with investing. I've just gotten back into it with a very small amount of money. It really does matter. Watching it grow even a little bit is huge for me. And if you do start doing it, I mean, we would truly be on a better path financially than most people. Don't let it get you down that you're like, oh, it's just a small amount of money. That is like such an achievement in this country, I promise. Head to acorns.com/badmoney or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/badmoney. Has a state ever, like in recent history, changed from not having state income to having a state income tax or vice versa?
Yeah, there is. Connecticut, for instance, once upon a time did not have a personal income tax. They installed one, and now it's really big. Very few states have actually eliminated a tax, however. Although North Carolina is in the process of trying to eliminate its corporate income tax, I believe, and lower its personal income taxes. So you do see states that are now trying to reform their tax system to make it much more competitive, because right now they're not just competing against each other, they're competing globally for investment and business. So states have to be very aware of their global competitiveness, not just how they compete next to their neighbors.
That's just my personal question. I think about that all the time because my parents just moved from Florida to California.
Oh my.
Yeah, so my big thing with them moving was like, I wanted them to move to Nevada. They wanted to be close to me. I wanted them to move to Nevada so that they would still have no state income tax.
Right.
But they seemed to think that was too far away. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Now I worry about it all the time.
Well, I don't blame you, because they've gone from a place in which has no income tax to a state which had the top income tax of 13%. That's gonna hurt.
I tried to tell them. So, okay, this question is, and we touched on this a bit, but how come the government knows how much I owe in taxes each year and I don't until I file my return?
Well, I don't know if they necessarily know. You know, it's different than, for instance, Ireland. They send you a tax form that's already filled in.
That'd be amazing.
Well, that sounds to me like an allowance. we're going to tell you.
I just don't want to do math. Like,
you don't want to do math?
Yeah.
Well, you can use TurboTax or something like that, like I do. Yeah, no, we have admittedly a very complicated system, but it requires all of us to sit down and at least try to figure out what we owe. I think that's too complicated. You know, there are other systems like the flat tax, for instance, which supposedly you would fill out on a postcard, and so that would be rather simple. We have a very complicated tax system, in part because we have a complicated economy. And so politicians over the years have tried to manipulate the tax code to fit into that complicated economy. And now that's why we have to pay someone else often to do our taxes for us or use commercial software.
Well, I was going to say, aren't people always argue that universal health care would eliminate jobs in the insurance business, and like student loan forgiveness would eliminate jobs, blah, blah, blah. So wouldn't, like, because you're eliminating a whole sector, wouldn't doing this tax code thing eliminate an entire sector of businesses?
Yeah, moving to a simple system, sure would eliminate a lot of jobs in both, all those tax lawyers out there, or all the accountants who spend countless hours trying to save you and others and rich people money. Well, wouldn't it be better if they were doing something productive other than just doing the taxes? I mean,
Like
come on.
what?
I don't know, writing computer code or inventing the
Oh,
next.
you mean a completely different job?
Yes, come
Oh
on.
my God. Wow.
I know that's a radical thought. I'd like to see more engineers than tax lawyers, frankly.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't that be a better place if we had more engineers or more doctors?
But this is why it's so funny. This is why I like UBI. But that's like, you know what I mean? Like, I want the same outcome. It's just from a different situation. It's just from allowing people to have more time without like needing to be beholden to jobs and to actually like be able to create and stuff. It's like a similar end goal, but with like totally different paths. Can you believe it's 2025 already? Life moves pretty fast, and starting a new year always reminds me of that. Well, I don't know what's going to happen this year. I know I'm prepared for the unexpected. Are you? Fabric by Gerber Life helps you get term life insurance in minutes, so you can help protect your family's financial future. Fabric by Gerber Life is term life insurance you can get done right from your couch, all online and on your schedule. You could be covered in under 10 minutes with no health exam required. If you've got kids, especially if you're young and healthy, the time to lock in low rates is now. Even if you have life insurance through your employer, it may not offer enough protection for your family, and it may not follow you if you leave your job. Fabric has flexible, high-quality policies that fit your family and your budget, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. Fabric has partnered with Gerber Life, trusted by millions of families like yours for over 50 years. There's no risk. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel at any time. They have over 1,900 five-star reviews on Trustpilot with a rating of excellent. Fabric was designed for busy parents like you, and it's more than life insurance. Free digital wills, access to investment accounts to invest for your kids' future, and more. And manage it all right from your phone. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/badwithmoney. That's meetfabric.com/badwithmoney. MEET fabric.com/badwithmoney. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company. Not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions.
What is Dax, are you?
Tracking all our cars on Carvana Value Tracker on all our devices? Yes, Kristen, yes, I am.
Well, I've been looking for my phone for
In Dax's domain, we see all. So we always know what our cars are worth.
all of them.
All of them. Value surge, trucks up 3.9%.
That's a great offer.
I know. Sell?
Sell.
Track your car's value with Carvana Value Tracker today.
Joe Montana here. In my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease. Are you 50 or older like me? The CDC now recommends vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at increased risk and over 6 times greater risk of hospitalization with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Nobody who works at Deloitte listens to this podcast, but they're shaking in their boots right now. They're saying, oh, they're coming up with some stuff.
Quite the opposite. I think that a lot of tax lawyers are looking at next year, where much of the tax system is going to expire at the end of next year and has to be renewed. And they're licking their chops, knowing that when you have tax complexity, you have basically a lifetime job opportunity for.
I'm saying they would be worried if you and I were enacting stuff.
Oh, well, yes.
As of right now, they're
That's right.
thriving. They don't care.
Yes, if I were king for a day and could change the tax code overnight, yes, they'd be out of a job.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on. I mean, really? Do we really need all those tax lawyers? Sorry.
I don't know. I had my ex was an accountant at Deloitte before his current job, and he used to audit Starbucks, and I was like, that is so boring.
Yeah, I mean, I guess somebody's got to do it, but you're right. It doesn't. That's not my calling.
Yeah. I mean, so this is another. Speaking of boring, this is another question. Is like, how do you keep up with tax policy when this person has tried, but the articles are incredibly boring?
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, there's so much information out there, and most of it is impenetrable. Well, you can always go to the Tax Foundation website at taxfoundation.org. We do our blog is really great. I mean, it keeps you up on all kinds of things. And, we have people who specialize in state policy, for instance, and keeping people up to date on what's going on in the states. Our federal team, our federal economists are constantly writing on what's going on in Washington. And we now even have some economists that specialize in international policy. So if you want to find out what's going on in Europe or, Estonia, we're writing on that too. And I would say most of our work that we do is pretty accessible and free of jargon. There are places you can get good information and not have your eyes glaze over because, they're meant for lawyers, not real people.
Well, I always find it interesting, like, even if let's say you're like, I don't like it here, whatever, and you move and you get a job in Spain or something, you're still beholden as an American citizen to taxes over here. I always find that kind of fascinating.
Yeah, that's the nature of our system, which is called a worldwide system. So you owe U.S. tax no matter where you earn that income. And actually, that's kind of unique in the world. Most countries have what we call a territorial system, which in jargon means you only pay tax where you live and where you earn it. And so we should exempt income. If you move to Spain and you pay Spanish taxes, you shouldn't also owe income tax here in the U.S. Now, we've changed some of those rules for companies so that
of course we did.
Well, no, this is good because if we don't, what happened was that a lot of companies were paying tax twice on the same dollar of income. That's the whole goal of rules is so if you're doing business in Germany and you pay German income tax and then you bring what's left over to the United States, you shouldn't have to pay tax again on that same dollar or euro of income. That's the ideal. And
well, now do that for people.
And we should do that for people. Exactly. Now, there are some exemptions so that you can earn a certain amount overseas without paying tax, but it's horribly complicated, and we make it very, very difficult for people to work abroad and then have to pay their taxes. You shouldn't be taxed twice on the same dollar of income. That should be a basic rule in tax policy.
Well, thank you so much for answering our questions and for joining us. Where can people find you and your book?
Thank you for promoting Taxocracy. Available on Amazon. So if you go on Amazon right now, it'll be in your mailbox tomorrow. And of course, then come to the Tax Foundation website at taxfoundation.org. So thanks for being such a great host. I really appreciate the opportunity to be with you and your listeners.
Thanks. Bad with Money with Gabriel S. Dunn is a production of Noted Bisexual, produced by Melisa D. Monts and Diamond MPrint Productions. Edited by Diane Kang, post-production sound by Coco Llorens, production assistance by Melanie D. Watson, and music by Mike Kaplan, Zach Sherwin, and Jack Dolgen, sung by Sam Barbera. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
What is Dax, are you?
Tracking all our cars on Carvana Value Tracker on all our devices? Yes, Kristen, yes, I am.
Well, I've been looking for my phone for...
In Dax's domain, we see all. So we always know what our cars are worth.
All of them?
All of them. Value surge, trucks up 3.9%.
That's a great offer.
I know. Sell?
Sell.
Track your car's value with Carvana Value Tracker today.
Joe Montana here. In my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease. Are you 50 or older like me? The CDC now recommends vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at increased risk and over 6 times greater risk of hospitalization with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.